All right, guys, so check it out. So with college basketball, a big topic of discussion has been who's the new face of women's college basketball, who's the next star that's going to be within the WNBA. Some say it's Paige Bueckers, and as of recent, a lot are saying Juju Watkins. Either is correct in my opinion. Juju Watkins, she inked a deal with Nike, like a more extensive, lucrative contract. And also as of recent, her coach came out and said that I believe Caitlin Clark gave Juju some advice. I'm going to play the clip that's been going around. All right, that's the clip of the USC coach talking about Caitlin.
Well, in terms of Juju, the basketball player, I've always felt like one of my biggest goals was to almost stay out of the way and let her step into her greatness. And when she did that her freshman year, now with it comes a ton of attention. So, our administration has reached out to Iowa quite a bit and said, okay, tell us what we need to know. Some of the things that Caitlin dealt with. I reached out to Caitlin and say, how can I help Juju with this? I feel like it's my job to make sure that I'm using all the resources. I've tapped into my NBA people saying, okay, when you have someone who's going to get this much attention, how do you, A, keep them safe, but B, allow them to embrace everything that's going on. So those are the resources that I've tried to use. And then it's always just keeping that relationship with her, trying to make sure she's comfortable with me to say when she needs something or when something isn't going right. But we're all looking forward to the attention and making sure that we're ready to embrace it.
What was the most valuable thing that Caitlin told you about how to help Juju deal with the incredible pressure that we saw her deal with firsthand?
Yeah. Well, first of all, she was so gracious. She literally took my phone and said, here's my number. Reach out, call me, see how I can help. But essentially, she said I had that level of attention for, she said like a year and a half. And she said, Juju's going to have it for 3 years. So, obviously trying to let her get through the WNBA season, take a break, and then, really ask her specifically about what she would do the same, what she would do differently. And we've talked with their program about everything from security to autographs to, making sure we maximize this time.
She said Juju's going to have to deal with it for 3 years. I wish there was like a one and done rule or something in place so that, talent like that could just go. Juju, the way she's trending, people believe she's going to be the one to break Caitlin's scoring record, which I think she could. Scoring 50 points is pretty crazy, bro. I'm not going to lie. Like scoring 50 points, college game as a freshman is pretty crazy. So I could see her breaking those records. Now, as far as stardom, people believe she also could be as big as Caitlin. I think she's going to be a huge star, but the impact Caitlin has had on women's basketball, I don't know if we'll see that again for a long time. Even with the talent like Juju, I don't know, I don't think we'll see that type of massive impact, but I do think Juju will be a star. Nike as well thinks she'll be big. 9 days ago, they said I wouldn't really say pressure. She said Wednesday at Big Ten Media Day. So many great teams in this league. I think my main focus is just winning with my team, and wherever that takes us, we're grateful. I'm grateful for this opportunity. As far as the details of Nike contract, I didn't touch on in the beginning. It says USC sophomore phenom Juju Watkins has agreed on a multi-year contract extension with Nike. That'll give her one of the richest shoe endorsement deals in women's basketball. I think something a lot of people aren't talking about, if everything goes correctly in women's basketball as far as the way it's trending, Nike just secured a crazy bag from women's basketball. Whenever Caitlin gets a shoe, it's going to sell out. They got A'ja Wilson, they got Paige Bueckers, they got Juju Watkins, they got all the top future players. If all the players pan out how they're supposed to, it's equivalent to having Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, LeBron all on your brand. You know what I'm saying? But these other shoe companies, they missed out because I'm sure they all had opportunities to get talents like a Juju, a Paige, a Caitlin at earlier times. Nike's about to make a crazy bag, especially when that first Caitlin shoe dropped. That's going to sell out in less than 5 seconds. And not to mention, this just came out the other day that was big news for the WNBA made 3 major changes in wake of Caitlin Clark's success. First change, the WNBA will extend its regular season from 40 to a record-breaking 44 games in 2025. Change number 2, the WNBA Finals will transition from a best-of-5 format to a best-of-7, aligning with other professional American sports, and Game 1 of this year's championship series demonstrated why this change has been long overdue. Something people have been pointing out, Women's Hoops Network, they posted this tweet. It says a 1.1 million viewers last night was the most watched Game 1 WNBA Finals ever. Somebody came out with this tweet and said, I thought people weren't going to watch because Clark isn't playing. Somebody pointed this out, and they said, here's the truth about WNBA ratings. Caitlin Clark's last game had 60% more viewers than Game 1 of WNBA Finals. Game 1 of WNBA Finals is the most viewed on record. Both are positive stories, the end. Look even closer what the guy was saying. Clark, Indiana's Game 1 of WNBA playoffs first round against the Sun drew 1.84 million viewers while competing directly with the NFL. Game 2 drew 2.5 million, and then it peaked at 3.4 million. The numbers, it did have a drastic drop, went from 3.4 all the way down down to 1.1. So that was a massive drop. But compared to last year, you can see a major jump. I think you just have to give credit where it's due that she's a big reason why people are tuning in. Change number 3, the WNBA playoffs first round of transition to a 1-1-1 format. In recent years, the higher seed had hosted all 3 games. The league switched to charter flights from commercial flying. Clark and 6th seeded Indiana Fever were eliminated by the Connecticut Sun in back-to-back road losses. Game 2 because the most watched WNBA playoff game since 1999, attracting 2.5 million viewers. The WNBA conference finals featuring the Liberty, Minnesota Sun, and Las Vegas Aces averaged 850,000 viewers per match. So as stars come in like a Paige, a Juju, those numbers are going to keep increasing, which is what the W is anticipating. You know, with that happening, I do think all these changes are good. But isn't it just wild how impactful he's been from like having a great season to then her success being a reason for a lot of the changes? I think that's pretty impressive. With the Juju stuff going on, a lot of people brought up this Paige Bueckers, comment from the end of the season. So it says, Paige Bueckers was asked about potentially replacing Caitlin Clark as a star of women's college basketball next season.
I think media coverage is important for the game. I think it grows the game. I know freshman year I was like the media darling. Everybody was like focused on me and what I did at UConn my freshman year. But I think it's more important for the game to share the spotlight, to grow the game and show all the stars of college basketball, and not just focus on one particular player, whether it be me, Caitlin, Juju, Angel. I mean, there's so many names in college basketball now that are huge, that are stars, that deserve credit. And I think it's not my job, but the media can do a better job of just making sure everybody gets love, everybody gets not equal amount of attention, but try to spread it out more. So I honestly hope next year I'm not the vocal point and the only person that gets attention. And I hope as media, as players, we can spread the love a little bit more.
That was a great answer by her. Of course, like as a hooper, who wouldn't want the eyes on them? You know what I'm saying? So I know she's about to go crazy this year. I think people have been saying she hasn't really been in the gym like that. So obviously she has, but I just want to show you all the difference in what she was talking about then to 9 days ago, what she's saying now.
I had a pretty good summer. I enjoyed it. It was like my first healthy off season where I wasn't in a place rehabbing, staying at school, getting stronger. So I took advantage of it. Everybody saw the world tour. They didn't see the work tour, which is fine. They see like me 3 or 4 hours a day and think they know my entire 24 hours, which is cool. It's fine. The work will always show. I'm a believer in that. I have confidence in that. And I can already see, like, if I don't have a game up to other people's standards, it's like, should have been in the gym all summer, shouldn't have been doing this, shouldn't have been doing that. But luckily, I don't play for their approval. Play for God. I play for my teammates, play for my coaching staff, play for the people who support me, good game or bad in their opinion. So all that to say, I had a great summer. Yeah. It's really cool because I got to work out with a lot of different people, pick a lot of people's brains and see a different way of doing things. I worked with a lot of cool trainers and just like experienced different things, worked on different things. I had people who watched my game, watched my film, and saw things they wanted me to work on in the specific workouts. But again, just trying to hone in on my skills, get stronger in the weight room. I think that was a big emphasis this summer as well. Just preparing my body for the season ahead, and just working on skill because I haven't had a lot of time to do that, honestly, in college.
It's finally set in almost to the point where he thinks, maybe we'll pull her back.
He just called me a ball hog, so I'm taking that as a compliment right now, honestly.
But did it finally just click with you, I have to do this even though I'd like to pass the ball more? I mean, you've said it a lot, but now he says you're doing it.
Yeah, I think also a huge thing this summer was a complete shift in mindset. Obviously, having the game I did in the Final Four wasn't what I wanted to have, and I think it really set in and it really stung me in a different type of way where I had a reality check. I sat down with myself and wanted to get my goals out in front of me and make sure how can I attain those goals. And I think I just have a complete different change of mindset with how I want to approach playing basketball and how I play on the court. Just confidence about myself that I think every shot I shoot is going in. But when I've had a whole entire summer to work on it and put so much time in the gym and get stronger and work on different types of shots and different types of plays, it makes you super confident in the court. I trust my work, have great faith, and I believe that, honestly, every shot I shoot is going to go in, and if it doesn't, I can have a little bit angry sometimes.
She gonna have a big year too. I think she gonna have a really big year.
You good?
Hell yeah! Stop leaving me for game. Yeah! Hey, can we get some competition, please? Can we get a good group? Can we get a good group? Hey, the next shot you shoot is gonna go in. Yeah. No, I told you. What comes out of my mouth? It's facts.
12 seconds later.
Knock down, knock down, knock down. I told you.
Yeah, that's what's going on. Now, who do I think will be the face for women's? I think both of them. I mean, to be honest, I think, Juju has another 3 years, so I think more light is going to be on Paige Bueckers. I know people are saying it's Juju, now she got the contract and everything, but I feel like more light's still going to be on Paige because the next year she's going to the W, right? Juju still has 3 years, and she has to deal with the popularity for the next 3 years. So I think both of them are going to have light on them, which is good, but it's not going to be like a rivalry like a Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. You get what I'm saying? It won't be anything like that. All the drama and controversy that Kay and Angel and all those people had to deal with, Paige and Juju is going to be more hoops, and that's going to be better because they're both really talented. So we'll see what happens with that. That should be good. I'm excited for their season. I'll definitely tune in. Y'all know your thoughts on everything. As always, it's your boy.